Half a day, everyone, and welcome to the Guam Congress Building. We're here today. It's very exciting for us as we're going to celebrate National Nurses Month. And this is celebrated throughout May 2024, all across the nation. And with great honor and gratitude, we are going to mark National Nurses Day on May 6th and extend our appreciation throughout National Nurses Week from May 6th to the 12th to all of the nurses of Guam. So we have with us here today, I'd like to recognize my colleagues, our Legislative Secretary, Senator Amanda Shelton, Senator Chris Barnett, and Senator Jesse Lujan, and Senator Sabina Perez. And we also have with us, representing the Guam Nurses Association officers and board members, we have our Executive Director, Rose Greeno, and we have other members of the directors, including Xenia Pasina. Xenia, thank you for being here. Ms. Karen Cruz and Mencho Atalik. And with us today as well, we are very honored to have nurses from across our island and those who've been working so very hard for us for all of these years. And we'll recognize you individually in a minute. So we just want to recognize these professionals and pay tribute to their unwavering commitment, selfless dedication, and their tireless efforts, compassion, expertise, as they are the backbone of our healthcare system. They touch the lives of countless individuals and our families every day. And amidst the challenges and demands that they face, our nurses of Guam exemplify resilience, empathy, unwavering dedication to providing exceptional care to those in need. And their contributions are invaluable. We're going to present you a resolution today to congratulate you, thank you, and celebrate you, but your contributions are really invaluable. We extend our heartfelt appreciation to you and our deepest thanks to you and your families for the sacrifices that you've made and for all your hard work and your heart work for individual patients, for the entire system, and for your love for the people of Guam. So thank you again. And welcome to Senator Joanne Brown. And I'd also like to welcome now, particularly, we have with us, in addition to the GNA officers and board members, we also have representatives from the HPLO, our health licensing office, that is a part of the Department of Public Health and Social Services, and that's Xenia again, Pasina. And so they are the ones who license the nurses, and they've made many improvements in the last few years, some of them forced by COVID, of course, but improvements nonetheless. And we also welcome our nurses from GRMC, from GMH. I think we have a great contingency here with the very special, beautiful, cool hats, going retro. I love it. Thank you. And they're led by Liesl Concepcion, and who's head nurse supervisor. And we also have Margarita Gay, our nursing administrator for the Department of Public Health and Social Services, longtime advocate as well. Lenny Urbano, nursing administrator from the Guam Behavioral Health Clinic. Dorothy Joy Colodro and Erica De Belin from the Student Nurse Association of Guam. Please stand. These are the representatives of the class of 2025. And thank you for coming. And this is our greatest goal, is to increase our locally grown nurses on Guam. So thank you so much for contributing to that. We also have nurses from GCC, represented by Dorothy Duenas and the Allied Health Administrator, Dorothy. And also, thank you, from GDOE, Ronnie Esquina, and Cheryl Key. Thank you. Guam Department of Education nurses. We also have with us from FHP, Home Health Hospice, Menchu Atalik. Again, thank you. And, but we also commending nurses from the U.S. Naval Hospital, Guam, the FHP Clinic, the American Medical Clinic, the Seventh-day Adventist Clinic, and the Guam Surgery Center, the Health Services of the Pacific, Guam Nursing Services, and the VA Clinic as well. And maybe all of the other private clinics as well, right? So it takes all of us together, working together to really boost our healthcare system. So this is our resolution. We're going to present a resolution to you today. It's resolution number 383-37LS. It's introduced by myself and all my colleagues here today who have recognized, and all of the colleagues of the 37th Guam Legislature, all members. And it's relative to recognizing the observance of National Nurses Month, National Nurses Day, and National Nurses Week, and commending the island's nurses for their commitment and their dedication. And with that, I'd like to ask you if you could come up and join us here, since we are going to be presenting this to you. Please, come on up and join us. Maybe we can have the board members up in the front with rows. We also have one row right here. I want the people of Guam to see you and your hats.
Thank you, Speaker.
Oh, you're welcome. I know that my accolades and those of my colleagues for nurses on Guam could go on forever and ever. And we were very much brought to our knees by COVID, and relying on these nurses who are here with us today and many more to keep us alive, safe, and to help us when we were not able to do that, and to help us in our bereavement, to help us in our sorrow. They do all of it. They hold our hands, they hold our babies, they hold our body parts, they do it all. but honestly, it's such a, it really, I don't know, when I've been watching this, I'm sure I share this sentiment with many of the people of Guam. When we're sitting in the hospitals and we're watching the care of our loved ones by these nurses, or in clinics, or in any other situation in the schools, that we are feeling like, how do they do that? I really admire that, and they must have something really strong deep inside them to continue to do that for even more than 1 year. Right? And especially you students, you've seen some of the challenging conditions that we have here on Guam, and you're still dedicated to doing it. So I want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart and from all of my colleagues for that lifelong dedication for almost all of you. And not only just to your work as nurses, but your advocacy, especially GNA, excellent association. Since I've become a senator, I have been completely floored by how organized GNA is and able to advocate for their nurses. And they have no qualms telling us that we're doing something wrong and how to do it better. And I expect nothing less from them at this point. And they're organized, and they know how to take care of their nurses. And I want to thank all of the organizations that are putting their nurses first, making sure that they are safe and that they have good working conditions, and that we are able to, take care of their pay, with, especially government part that we can control, and just all across the board. And so, Sizus Ma'asi to all of you in each of your different capacities, but particularly for caring for the people of Guam. I know we all are so very, very grateful. And so with that, I'd like to present this Resolution 383. And please join us. And I'm going to give it to Rose and the board members, but for all of you here. Sizus Ma'asi to all of you. So this is for Rose. And now I'd like to ask Rose to just give a few remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rose Grino, Executive Director of the Guam Nurses Association, Speaker Therese Terlaje, and members of the 37th Guam Legislature. I thank you so much for your continued support to the nurses in the nursing community. As you know, Nurses are the heart and the backbone of our healthcare system. May it be in a different setting, from the hospital to the clinic to the public health to the school to the DOC, anywhere. We are there. Nurses is there. It's not only to provide care, but for advocate for our community, for the safety. Just imagine the world without nurses. You know, Senator, you mentioned about how we care for you and your family in the hospital, but it's more relevant now that you're showing this support and advocacy for nurses. We are facing a great challenge moving forward. And you know already, you had witnessed during pandemic that how are vulnerable and critical our nurses are as part of the healthcare team. More so now that we are thankful for this showing of appreciation, showing of support, but more so, we needed your support and advocacy in how we are facing moving forward. Right now, we are facing with a really short on the nursing staffing everywhere. We're short. And we also know that we're working with you in the workforce development, more so not only in the nurses, but the rest of the healthcare team. More so now that we want you to advocate for us for a work-safe environment. There are a lot of violence towards nurses, violence towards healthcare team, and not only in the hospital, in the other healthcare setting. Luckily in Guam, we're not experiencing that yet, but time will come that we will. So with your legislative body, I look forward for your continued support in really advocating for us nurses. We're making sure that we are working in a safe environment, and we also want to make sure that we are recognizing our value as nurses, not only in our community, but also in the rest of the nation. So I thank you for this. This is a really humbling experience for us. And I really, in behalf of all the nurses here on the island and all the nurses in our community, we thank you for your continued support. And I look forward for a close collaboration and advocacy from all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rose. This is, again, an example of the leadership of the Guam Nurses Association. And actually, as we have seen in all of the agencies and all of the individual hospitals or clinics, leadership, that's one thing I can equate nurses with. They don't just serve, but they lead, and they will advocate, and that's how we have made so many important changes on Guam. So again, congratulations to you. Thank you. And Viva Guam Nurses. Viva. Viva Guam Nurses. Viva Guam Nurses. Si Diyos mahal si todos.